Jinsey. Okay. Welcome everyone to the Mosier Community School Board of Directors meeting. This is a special meeting today for of our board candidate forum. We have two wonderful candidates today who will be sharing some information about themselves, and then we'll have an opportunity for questions from any of the directors or you ladies as well. Okay. Are there any changes to the agenda for today? I would entertain a motion to approve it.
Make a motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Okay, second. Great, second from Julia. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. And I have not received any pre-submitted public comments for today. So I think we can just go ahead and start out. And so we had just a couple of questions from you, similar to what you saw when you filled out your candidacy forms. For folks, if you're joining online, the candidacy forms will be shared out with foundation members after today's session. Who would like to go first? Rock, paper, scissors. We could do that. I think that you can go first. Okay. Great. So since we just wanted to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and your connection to the school.
I'm Sherry. We are new to the area. We moved here in June. Well, moved here full time in June of last year. My connection to the school is my kids go here. And you said background?
Sure.
I used to be a high school math teacher, and then I left that to become an accountant. And now I'm, I guess, back being an accountant as of like today. Yeah.
Great. Let's see, what interests you in serving as a board member?
I wanted to be more just a part of the community and involved with the school and just with my kids' education and so that more I wanted to really be a part of the school, especially since this school is so lovely and so much nicer than our other school in the community, and what I really feel is the community. And I feel like the board and Tigers Den really builds that community. So I wanted to be a part.
And then last question for you. What skills or strengths do you bring to contribute to the board's work?
And my background as a teacher, I would feel I would see both sides from a parent's side and an educator side, especially the part of me that really wants to like protect and make sure the teachers have what they need. Everything to the table. I'm very organized. I like to be. And I think I'm easy to work with.
Great. Wonderful. Are there any other questions, or do you want to hold any other questions till we hear from Jess as well?
No questions, but she also was on our 4-day school week committee, and she was one of the parents that came to most of the meetings. Which I think is a bonus, right? Yeah, she did a great job.
Great.
I don't have any questions, just a thanks that you're interested in being part of the board.
I could also see where your accounting skills could be helpful, because we do all of the budgeting and financing.
Yeah.
Okay. Jess, can we come to you next?
Sure.
Okay. Same story. Can you tell us about yourself, your background and experience, and then your connection to Mosier Community School?
Absolutely. So my family and I moved here in 2023. Hi. This is my daughter's second year here at Mosier Community School, and he absolutely loves it. And so we love it. And this is my second year. Last year I did some Tigers Den stuff, and but this year I've been heavily involved in the Tigers Den. It's been a blast. I very much enjoyed it and being involved in the school and just like being here and like seeing Ella and seeing all our little friends, and it's been really great. So so I'd like to be more involved in all the things, and as far as like background goes, I opened a yoga studio in 2010. So I have no other adult job other than that. And I've grown it from, it was a one room, one woman show to now I have 40 employees and a full staff that I manage from here, which is lovely. And I do travel occasionally to, you know, check in and things, but so I learned a lot of things from the back end. From finance is not my favorite, so you take that. Technology, marketing, staff management is I think where we've done a lot of growth and setting up systems as we have grown, and communication. I've had a lot of training in the HR department about things that you can and can't say and why and how, and then also with the yoga background, words are very important in how they affect your subconscious. And so I think that I kind of carry that through just all areas of my life, and making sure that kindness and respect is reflected everywhere. Was that all of it?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I homeschooled my kids for 4 years.
Oh, cool. And maybe you already touched on some of this, but I'm going to ask you anyways. What interests you in serving as a board member?
Being more involved in the school and connecting more with all of you and continuing to make it a better and better school. You guys have done an amazing job. My kid is so happy, and you know, she doesn't love the early mornings, but that's the only thing. It's changing. If it was just a little bit later, she would be, you know, so thrilled to come every single day. And so I really want to give back to, you know, the school that and the community that has made my kid like just so happy and thrives.
Great. And then again, you also might have touched on this, but what skills or strengths do you bring to contribute to the board's work?
Systems, efficiency, like making systems a little bit more efficient, setting up new systems for new policies, and communication, and like people management. Great.
We are also opening up if there's any other questions for Jess.
Not a question, but also I want to reiterate,
Yeah.
like she's taken on the PTO, the Preparer's Den, and done a fantastic job of not just running it, but in like getting more members to come to it. So I think that's been a game changer, and obviously just finished a very successful date for Mosier. And so I think that she brings, yeah, she brings, and she just like brings the energy. She's very organized. Also, and then transferring right to Teacher Appreciation Week. So we gotta think about that next year. Anyway, but yeah.
We might want to stick a gap in there.
Yeah. So did this happen last year? No.
Did not
It
happen
did not
last year.
Anyway, so I do appreciate, like, I think like she has been a parent that's been involved and like on another level than a lot of parents. So.
Yeah, great. Anything else to add?
Lynn, would you like to ask? And
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you both. And I am familiar with Jess. She saved me last year at the used book fair with getting people to come and help. So yeah. But yeah, I do appreciate both of you being willing to serve. Do you, for both of you, the question, is there a top priority you think should be addressed by the board for the students and or the school? They're both together.
I would want to know more about what challenges have been in the past, and besides the obvious, like what's best for the kids and teachers, but I would be interested in seeing what were the challenges in the last few years that you guys have addressed, and before I would really know what's like the top concern.
Yeah.
then. Also, one, I guess, downside is I don't have as much history as you guys have with this area in the school.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's always good to get more information before you commit to something, right?
I don't know as much about the back end either, like the ins and outs of the school, like how it organizes. From my perspective as a parent and as a PTO member, everything seems to be going great. But I know that there are pieces that as a parent, we don't see. And so I'd love to get involved and see what is best for everybody, but I think it is important to have the kids' best interest, but also the kids do well when the teachers are happy, when the staff is happy, when, you know, everybody can get what they need. So.
Thank you both.
Julia, any questions or comments from you?
Hi, Sherry, and hi, Jess. Thank you so much for being willing to put your names forward to serve on the board. I think you'd both be terrific, and I'm really delighted to see interest in participating. You know, all skills welcome and needed. And so I'm really excited just to add some new skills and what you guys, and really, I love both of your responses to that question, because I think there's so much possibility in a small school. And one of the things that's really cool about being on the school board is just that opportunity to sort of roll up your sleeves and help where help is needed. And it's not always what you predict. You know, there were a few years ago, we had a safety threat to the school, and then a whole new set of questions came out of that about how to improve the facilities so that they were safer, what communication looked like with parents, and, you know, all of our some of those systems around safety. And I just think every year you get something new and you don't quite know what it's going to be, but I'm excited about your interest and happy to answer any questions if you have questions about being on the board.
Do you have any questions for us at this point, or we're also always available afterwards as individuals?
I don't have any. I guess what are the big, besides the 4-day week, what other big topics have been coming up for the school board?
Well, we can talk about just basic roles and responsibilities that we have to do. Maybe we could start with that and give you a little bit of background. The general housekeeping is we are responsible for working with our amazing lead and went through a review process. There's a check-in, check-in process, and then we do evaluation. So you know, with a collaborative process. Then there is, of course, the budget, which the board is part of overseeing. The school has a business manager, it's Veronica, and Shannon White, payroll manager, and then Michelle, as well as a budget committee who work together with the principal through on the budget. And the budget process is super interesting. It's great you've got a background both in, you know, finance and accounting, because as you probably know, you have to look in the rear view mirror about where you came from, see where you currently are, and then where you're going, and it's a bit of a guessing game. And then does anyone else want to step in? You got
I just pulled up the bylaw. So we also provide governance, determine policy, and long range planning.
Their policy. Yeah, strategic plans.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't need to. That's great.
The work flexes up and down. Sometimes it's really busy, there's a lot of kind of flex from. Just depends on where we're at in the school and the cycle of whether we're trying to recruit some MED or managing budgets or during this crisis that come up over the years. as part of our job to manage those things. The board's made up of the chair and the vice chair, secretary, treasurer. So those positions are voted on as the board in June. So after you take your seats, after the election,
So,
you know, those jobs are, you know, the people, they share them and move around. So it's good that one person doesn't always do those jobs, so it allows other members to get experience.
every June, at the end of every June meeting, the officers are elected by the board members. So it's always going to be a chair, vice chair, or there can be two co-chairs, treasurer and secretary. And those positions can serve more than 1 year. Or it just depends. And then there's committees that are typically the policy committee, which the board currently completed a full review.
They just did a huge heavy lift on it.
Yeah. 2016.
Yeah.
And now it'll just be a matter of continuing to keep up with updates, which the Oregon School Board Association, who are super, they have all kinds of trainings that as board members you can participate in.
And some that you have to participate.
Yeah, some you have to, some that you can just go on the website, and they give updates to the MCS, the policy committee reviews the update, and then Michelle presents the policies during board meetings. And what else?
The board retreat for training. For the summer, after the elections.
After elections, then you set your dates.
We have one employee that we manage, and then we get and it hires all the other employees, right? So she's our only employee that we're responsible for as far as hiring and working on contracts. We do get to work on the school MTA's contracts, you know, the school employees contracts as well. So it's something that members are able to step up to and get involvement there and experience, and usually we try to have people who've done it before, but people who've never done it before, so that we can keep that knowledge going or the experience level going down the line as people serve their terms and then their terms are out.
Yeah. And I would say please.
I was just gonna say, on various other committee opportunities, I mean, that you can also usually access as just a parent here, but is vital that we also have like a couple board members on like the strategic planning committee that came up with a strategic plan, and now like the principal hiring committee, and you know, just random
Facilities.
facilities, yeah. Yeah, just different opportunities that arise too, just based on needs for service.
No, that's great. The only thing I was going to add is that it feels to me like we have both short-term priorities and longer-term priorities. The longer-term priorities are laid out in our strategic plan. We can share that with you. And then also some of those bigger things like the Federal Department of Energy grant that we've been working on implementing for a couple years now. And it's kind of getting close to the end. Ish. And then there's stuff that just like pops up on a really regular basis where you just have to kind of be on call to support in one way or another. So yeah, it's dynamic. It's interesting. There's so much to learn that like sometimes it feels like you're drinking from a fire hose, but there's also lots of resources and quite a range, quite a spectrum of experience on the board already. Like a couple, like Dan, how long have you been on the board?
How many years there?
It's heading on.
Amnesia.
No. Okay.
I was gonna say at least 5 or
Four?
6, right?
4 to 5?
6 at least.
This is really, wow.
Julie's been around for a while. Let me know. But yeah, and then like Tiffany and I are newer. So there's a lot of we're learning as we go in a lot of ways.
Still learning. I will say, and this is my second year on
Yeah.
the board, I'm still learning, there's a lot, I mean, so don't feel,
Yeah.
it's overwhelming, but you don't have to learn it all right away either,
Yeah.
like, it's okay.
We're all still
You
learning
learn
it.
it, so
Oregon School Board Association, I mean, I would call it like a hotline. Yeah. They're wonderful, and if you need insight or you point in the right direction, always there and very responsive. So, yeah, when someone doesn't know at the table, you know, there's resources out there. And also, I think one thing I just wanted to say that's been helpful is to sign up for the updates that come out of Salem that kind of keep you abreast of what's happening in terms of legislation and on the educational front. If you like to have a big picture, sometimes it can feel overwhelming, and then you realize, oh wait, we're not alone.
Yeah.
Other school districts and places are, you know, grappling with similar issues, and so, yeah, like Emily said, it's very dynamic. Tiffany said, yeah, you're always learning. And
You do have influence over the environment that your children are educated in currently and in the future. It's a good place to be.
Cool. Anything that you would like to add? Okay. Then I guess I'll just open up if there's anything else that anyone here would like to say before I just share some next steps.
I'll just say on this, you know, the other side of the coin is that there's lots of us to lean on. And so there's all these opportunities and all these committees and all these short and long-term things and things to learn. And then there's also just the fact that we are, I think, all parents with kids in the school and busy lives and businesses and various things going on. And so we also get all of that. And there are times when certain board members just can't be available, and that's okay. Like, we work as a team, and I really like that culture on the board, and would just encourage you to, yeah, you know, if real life is happening and you need to be on Zoom because your 3-year-old is across your lap, it's okay. So.
I do want to say one thing, like, I, at my previous location, had lots of different boards come and go. And I can say, like, one of the selling features for me is this board, because it has a good variety of people from different walks of life. Everybody does share that common thread of, hey, my kid goes here and I want to make sure this is a great school. And I think that's really just the power of how they work together. And like, when I'm like, I need this or I need that, they, you know, I can't do it, can you do it? So there's a lot of teamwork that happens within this board. And it's been, you know, I always, when I talk to any of my friends that are also administrators, like, well, I have the best board. So it makes it, that's why we're, you know, growing and doing so well, is because it is a, you know, they're always thinking, always have to have, and you know, as an educator, and you know as well too, that like students are always our first of mind. That's the first thing we think about, how is this going to impact students.
And I just want to say, this is my 8th year here. I've never seen a board work so well together. I mean, just the way all of you support each other and work together, and it just always seems so smooth. And I just really like seeing how you guys support each other in the school, and it's been really amazing to see. It really has.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Group hug afterwards. So, both from the Mosier Foundation, if you would like to be a part of the Mosier Foundation and you are not, then you can reach out to Daphne. I think she was going to send a blurb out to everyone today. It went out. Great. So in order to vote for these wonderful ladies, you need to be a part of the foundation. It doesn't cost any money. You just need to sign up ahead of voting. And voting will take place next week, Monday through Wednesday, and then next Thursday at 5:30 p.m., both online and then in this room, we'll have a foundation meeting where we will announce the next 2 board members.
What time does the vote close on Wednesday?
I think that it's at 3 o'clock on Wednesday.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to come in person to vote. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, so you need to come in person to the school to vote. If you are unable to do that, then you can reach out to Daphne and she will set you up with a way to, for individual voting online. Yeah. What else did I forget to say?
The results will be at that meeting.
Yep.
And the seat, they'll take their seats in June.
End of the June meeting,
Mhm.
and then the officers get elected at the end of the June meeting.
And then
And
they
then we-
start, and then they start in July.
And then
Okay.
you're,
Yeah.
yeah, you start in July.
Although
And-
sometimes we don't have a July meeting.
Yeah, it's a lucky days. And then very shortly after, we've got our new board members onboarded, we will have, a special kind of like board, I guess maybe it is the retreat, yeah,
Mhm.
where we'll look at, we'll look back and we'll look forward. What have we been doing well? What do we want to change moving forward? And hopefully we'll be able to convince Marie and McKenna to attend that as well. So that we can learn from
I
them.
would never miss that.
So yeah, I think I think that's it.
think so.
Then I would entertain a motion to close this baby.
Move that we close this meeting.
Second. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Julia. Motion passes. Thank you both very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, lady.
That's awesome. Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Robin. Who's second?
Robin.
You know, I just asked.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Lynn.
Yeah.